What's going on, guys? We're back, and as I mentioned in the last video, uh, one of my friends on Steam had bought me the Lord of Darkness deck unlock thing. So I haven't actually got a chance to play the deck at all. So we're gonna go through it and fix it up a bit. Um, We'll start with 24 lands and work our way from there, but I'm not really sure what all's in the deck and what's going to be decent and what's going to be playable and stuff because I actually haven't got a chance to play with it. So what we're going to do is immediately after I build the deck, we're going to go and play a few games, and then if I feel like I need to change anything, we'll switch it up at the end of uh, the multiplayer thing that I do. So let's go ahead and do what we usually do and just add everybody in. Let's sort it the right way. Doop 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 doop. Oh, there's so many good cards in here. Okay. Alright. Let's look at it from the very beginning. So like I said, 24 lands is where we'll start. We might need to add more depending on how high our curve is. But Mortician Beetle. Whenever a player sacrifices a creature, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Mortician Beetle. I don't know if it's going to be good yet. We'll leave it in here for a little bit. Festering Goblin is good because he kills 2/2s. He's not a terrible 1-drop, so that's fine. Innocent Blood, each player sacks a creature. Not the best card, but you can use it when you don't have creatures out and make them sacrifice things, so that's not bad. I'm not a fan of him. Target creature you control gains Death Touch to end a turn. I just feel like that's kind of a worthless 2-drop. Flying 2/2, when he enters the battlefield, you lose 2 life. I don't like that either, but I don't know what our things are going to look like. Heartless Summoning, I'm not a fan of. It might help us out if we're going very huge cost. Like if our entire goal is to... But like so far, like it's not even going to help us until we hit some of the 4-drops. There aren't even creatures in the 4-drops. So we got the 5-drops. And like there's a lot of vanilla creatures up here. So I'm going to take them out for now. I don't think they're useful to us. They might be later, but Diabolic Edicts are solid. Doomblades are solid. These are sack a creature in instant speed, so they can play something and you'd be like, nope, sack it. Or they can be playing something small to gain defense so that you can't make them sack it, and you just be like, sack it. Doomblade. There's only 2 of. I think that's a good bet because there's a lot of black decks and a lot of creatures with Hexproof and Shroud and all that other fun shenanigans. Infernal Tutor, reveal cards. Reveal a card from your hand. Oh, I'm sorry. Search your library for a card with the same name as the card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. If you have no cards in your hand, instead search your library for a card and put it onto your hand, then shuffle your library. So you have to have another card. So I don't think that's the best means. I mean, it's nice if you get like a Diabolic Tutor with it, but there aren't a lot of 4-ofs in the deck. We've got a 4-of there, so I mean, like, you could end up like just, you know, whiffing on it because you're like, oh, I'm gonna go search for my Festering Goblin. Oh wait, I only played 2. So I mean, you really got to know the numbers of the deck for that to work, and it's good with a lot better cards so far. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens when we get to the end. Like I said, I haven't even seen the deck yet, other than when we previewed it. Exhume. Each player puts a creature card from his or her graveyard onto the battlefield. Huh. That might not be bad. It might not be bad. We're going to leave Exhume in there for now. Whenever a player casts a non-black spell, that player loses 1 life. It's a 3 mana for a 1/2 though. I'll get rid of that guy. Dies, each player loses 3 life. 3/2. We're kind of lacking on the creature department so far. He might not be bad. I'll leave him in there for now. Triumph of Cruelty, 3 mana at the beginning of your upkeep. Target opponent discards a card if you control a creature with the greatest power or tied with the greatest power. Now you can actually get this thing working, but I'm only going to run 2 of them, I think. I think that's a good idea. Because again, our creatures aren't meant to be out, turn 3 or turn 4. But this keeps them, uh, their hand empty and makes them play whatever they top deck so that they can't surprise you. Screens from within. Enchant creature gets -1/-1. When enchant creature dies, return screens from within from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a great way to remove the little 1-drops and just keep constantly doing it. So I'm going to have 2 of those. Again, I don't feel like it's great. I don't feel like it's bad, though. Hideous End. Destroy target non-black creature. Its controller loses 2 life. Its removal. We'll keep it. Grave Pact. Maybe. When a creature I control dies, each other player sacks a creature. That might not be bad. No Mercy. Whenever a creature deals damage to you, destroy it. I think I'm going to take that out just because it's a 1-of, and I don't want to rely on that ever. Because really, we've got very little defense other than just kill cards up to this point. So, I mean, there really shouldn't be any creatures out in the field when you drop that. I mean, if you're getting hit by creatures, from what we have so far, you're not playing the deck right. Diabolic Servitude. Enters the battlefield. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. When a creature put onto the battlefield with Diabolic Servitude dies, exile it and return Diabolic Servitude to its owner's hand. When it leaves the battlefield, exile that creature, put onto the battlefield with it. So basically, you grab this, it grabs a creature. If the creature dies, you return the Diabolic Servitude to your hand. You can play it again. But the creature that you grabbed is gone for good. But 4 mana, I can do that. Tendrils, it's a good card. Instant speed, deal X damage, number of swamps. It's fine. Mutilate, board wipe, Damnation, board wipe. Shadowborn Demon is solid. Even if he dies, he's a Shriekmaw. Pay 5 mana, destroy a creature, and he dies, and then you bring him back with Exhumed or with the other card, or something later when you have a few more creatures in your graveyard. So I don't feel like he's bad. At the beginning of your upkeep, target player draws a card, loses a life for 5 mana, 5/4 flying. Seems good to me. So we'll leave those guys in there. I'm a fan of Halo Hunter as well. Intimidate. Halo Hunter enters the battlefield, destroy target angel. There aren't that many angels, and most of them have protection from demons. Baneslayer. Bitch. So you're not going to target angels very often. But 6/3 Intimidate is a little bit more threatening. I think we'll run 2 of them, because 3 is not enough that I would be like, I'm going to go and throw an extra one of these guys in here. But they're in there just in case, that they don't have removal, and they do a good job. 5 mana for a 5/3. No thank you. Just a vanilla 5/3. No thanks. Promise of Power. Oh, we still... No, there are a lot of cards up here. It's like we still have a lot of cards to unlock. There's a lot of cards up here. Choose one. You draw 5 cards and lose 5 life. Or you put an XX Black Demon creature token with flying on the battlefield, where X is the number of cards in your hand as the token enters the battlefield. Huh. That's not bad. Entwine for 4. I mean, it's super late game. I think we can keep that. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see. That might come out. It might just be a 1-of. Target player draws 3 cards, loses 3 life for 5 mana. No thanks. Hellcarver Demon deals combat damage to a player. Sacrifice all other permanents you control and discard your hand. Exile top 6 cards of your library. You cast any number. I don't like relying on that at all. That can just screw you over so bad. Reaper of the Abyss, Morbid. At the beginning of each step, if a creature died this turn, destroy target non-demon creature. 6/6 for 6 mana, flying. Doesn't seem bad, especially since we got a lot of kill cards and whatnot. Harvester of Souls, Death Touch. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you may draw a card. 6 mana for a 5/5 though. Death Touch. I don't want to be too heavy on the 6s. Right now we have 2 6s, and Corrupt is probably going to stay in there, so that's 3. So we might be able to keep 3. I'm going to work around this a little bit. Lord of the Pit, beginning of your upkeep, sack a creature other than Lord of the Pit. If you can't, he deals 7 damage to you. I don't like relying on Lord of the Pit. He's terrifying, but I just don't think he's worth it. I mean, he's going to end the game, but you're either going to lose 7 life the first turn, or you're going to lose one of your creatures. And like I said, our creatures seem to be relatively important, except for like the 1-drops and these couple 3-drops here. So he might be decent. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Uh, Lord of the Void deals combat damage to a player. Exile the top 7 cards of that player's library and put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield under your control. That seems so good. It seems so good. I'm gonna leave him in there. Again, 7 mana for a 7/7 flyer that doesn't hurt us. It helps us. Runescarred Demon enters the battlefield. Search your library for a card. Put it on to your hand. Then shuffle your library. 6/6 for 7 mana. But he replaces himself, so he's good enough. Pestilence Demon deals 1 damage to each creature and each player. 8 mana though for a 7/6 flyer. We're gonna take him out. Reaver Demon, 8 mana. Enters the battlefield. If you cast it from your hand, destroy all non-black, non-artifact creatures that can't be regenerated. I mean, are you willing to gamble that you're not playing against Liliana or this deck all the time? No, I'm not. And then Demon of Death's Gate. You may pay 6 life and sacrifice 3 black creatures rather than pay his mana cost. 9/9 flying, trample for 9. But, like, this is going to be very difficult to pay. So I'm going to get rid of him. I like this. I like these big demons. I don't know if the Harvester of Souls is worth it. But he's big. He's big and scary. The Promise of Power, basically you're going to use it to draw 5 cards all the time. So I feel like one-ofs in that spot might be a little bit better. And that gives us a relatively smooth curve. We need to look into this a little bit more, because we're still at 66 cards. And I actually want to go up to 25 lands because it's very, very important that we hit 5 mana, 6 mana consistently. So I'm going to take out a couple of cards. I'm going to take out 2 of these guys. We have enough board wipe and creature things with our 3 mutilates, damnations, and everything else that we have that I feel like we don't need screens from within. They're interesting and they can target black creatures, but they seem a little lackluster. So we got 2 Soul Cage Fiends, Exhumes, Diabolic Edicts definitely stay in there. Innocent Blood definitely stays in there. I don't know. I don't like it as a one-of. I'd want to run it like 3, just because like you want it early when you don't have anything. So I'm gonna take that out actually. Now I'm gonna stay keep it in there. I like having 5 and 1. We're at 16 creatures, so I feel like Grave Packs are a little less great because we really don't want our creatures dying. It's nice, but like our main kills are going to be board wipes or chump blocking with our 2 Festering Goblins, because for some reason there's only 2 and not 4. So yeah, I got rid of those. What were they? The Grave Packs? Yeah. Our creatures are big and scary, and we're going to kill a lot of them. But when we get into late game, I think we're just going to have the answers anyway. But we only need 1 more card, so what would that 1 card be? Maybe one of the Bloodgift Demons. Maybe. Maybe a Bloodgift Demon? Maybe another Halo Hunter. I'm going to take out the other Halo Hunter. I feel like flying is going to be just as good as Intimidate, and that gives us this nice little... Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Anybody who knows me knows that that's not going to happen. I'm not a fan of that. I don't think we need all of them. I'm actually going to take out that one as well, and we're going to throw in something else. At 3, we'll bring in another one of our Soul Fiends here. Now the curve's really weird. It's definitely a mid to late game deck. So we'll go ahead and try it like this. Be sure to yell at me in the comments if there's something wrong. Like some of these demons are very overpowered, but like that's very situational. This guy can backfire very quickly. This guy is good and solid, but you know, the next turn he does 8 damage and wipes the board. He's interesting, but again, you have to risk that. And then he might be good and solid if you play enough creatures, but we're playing 17 with 18 spells. It's very much feels like a control deck to go early and then late. So let's join a match. It's relatively early in the day, so I'm really surprised that there are this many people playing, because it is currently 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and there are a lot of people on. It seems weird. I usually play late at night. He plays first. We're on the draw. I don't hate the hand. I don't love it, but I don't think we're going to do much better. So we've got Exhume. We've got our Soul Cage Fiend. We've got Mutilate to just wreck the field. And we've got Tendrils for anything that we don't want. So we will see. I was going to say, I'm guessing it's elves. And he must have drawn that. So he did not have that before. Let's see. So I'm going to take 1 damage here, that's fine. We'll bring out the Soul Cage Fiend next turn. And then if he plays something that we cannot deal with, like the thing that Elves wants to do is Elves want to overextend the field as much as they can. That hurts. Beginning of the end steps, sacrifice Groundbreaker. Ow. But it's not an elf. I don't think I'd be playing it in that deck. Like, you want to get in for damage and you want to be aggressive, but you know, that doesn't help you there. Especially because I'm just going to wait until I can Tendrils for a whole bunch now. And then I can also just Exhume. If he kills my guy here, I can Exhume, and then he's not going to get anything back, because he's going to bring back the Groundbreaker, and the Groundbreaker is going to die. Of course, this is from one of my favorite sets, the Planar Chaos, because I just love the whole... We're going to mix up the colors a little bit. We're going to give green, red cards. We're going to give red, green cards. I like this set a lot. It was very interesting. That's where Damnation is from as well, and from the Brute Force. Okay, cool. Sweet. So we're just going to leave this guy here until we feel like it's necessary. He's got 3 cards in this hand. We've got an instant speed Tendrils next turn. So we'll just wait the game out. When he overextends, we'll Mutilate. But we're just going to play it like a control deck right now. You know, I don't mind trading this for something. Like trading this for this. So, we're going to trade that. I'm going to block. And my creature's going to die. He's going to lose 3 life. Oh, it's each player loses 3 life. That's okay. I'm going to Exhume. I'll bring my dude back. That seems fine to me. Because you can bring back the Jorgas, but they're only going to be 1/1s. And I'm going to have my 2 guy back. And then I'll bring out the Festering Goblin as well. He has no good choices for his Exhume. Which is another reason I kind of like Exhume, is if you play it right. Yeah. The beginning of the end step second. Okay. What are we waiting on? Is he leaving? Is he quitting? I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, there we go. And then we end our turn, and he sacks his dude. Like, that's exactly what I expected him to do, because I didn't expect him to be good. So now he's got a 1-1 Essence Warden out there. We need to watch how much I use this guy, though, the Soul Cage Fiend, because... This is game. That's why I don't run that guy in my elf deck. That's why you don't run that card ever. Next creature spell you cast this turn can't be countered. Draw a card. Or can't be targeted spells or abilities and can't be countered. I don't know what it said. We need to get a creature out here. We need to start hitting him for some damage. So we're gonna bring back out the Soul Cage Fiend. It's probably gonna end up killing us, honestly, but he's behind. You know, he's struggling to draw mana now because we got rid of freaking 5. There's an Essence Warden. Again, we need to get some of our big demons. That's what we need. Well, now I can't play it, but that's fine because we'll get back the... Yep, we'll make him sack it. Attack. We know that he's on 2 mana. A lot of the elves cost 3+. There's only a few that are 2 mana. That's Nissa's Chosen. I think there's 2 of them. 3 of them, maybe. And well, we know he drew land there. So this is working out pretty good for us. I'm pretty happy with how that played out. That's the big reason you don't play that card. That elf is so bad. Rank her it up. Do it. You know you want to. Doomblade. Boom. And you lose your ranker because it fizzles. Awesome. And we'll hit him again for 3. Bring him down to 13. We'll get him. We'll get him. Nice. I like it. We need to stop drawing lands, though. I think from our opener, we have drawn 1, 2, 3 non-land cards from our opening 7. And this is like turn 10. Okay. Wow. I might have to go down to 24 lands. This is ridiculous. See, I know that he can't super extend elves. So, I mean, the most that I could absolutely be hit for would be 3. But it's just going to be 1, it looks like. Okay. So let's attack with that guy. And then we'll block with the Halo Hunter next turn if we feel that it's necessary. But I don't think that he's going to win this game. But yeah, you should not ever play that elf. Because, especially with Dodge and Burn in this deck out, there's so much mass board wipe. There we go. I liked it. It played pretty solid except for the land draws. There were a few too many, but that might just be a fluke. You know, that shouldn't happen. We only run 25. It's very important that we hit that 25, or that 5th land. Place first, we're on the draw. We have 2 lands. We have an Exhume and we have a Doomblade. We have a Shadowborn Demon and a Corrupt. Let's draw a new hand. I don't like that one. 3 mana, Damnation, and Tendrils. I like this one better. Essence Warden on turn 1. It's a very solid play. Be nice if we could get one of our 1-drops or 3-drops or something. Or just our 4th land. Because honestly, I don't think we can die turn 4. We might be... It might be his turn 5 that we're going to worry about taking crazy damage, but... Last team was probably a little bit better than this one, but that's alright. We got to rely on the lands to come in sometime. We've got 2 more turns before we need to cast anything. And then we have 2 tendrils. So, even if we take a good bit of punishment, we're fine for a little bit at least. He's just going to attack me with a 1-1 until I play something else. Weird. I mean, I'm just going to ramp up. I don't care about your 1-1. Might Tendrils him. That might be a good play. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to Damnation yet. Because he might play the 5-drop elf again. And be real bad again. That's what I want to see him do. Then I respond with Tendrils on this guy. Nissa. That's fine. We'll let it hit me for a little bit. For 4. That's only 4. I regained 4 off my Tendrils anyway. What I really want him to do is I want him to play something else. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna get rid of it. I want to force him to do something terrible. Like absolutely terrible. Oh. And I don't want to play anything that's going to get me into trouble. But I might just put out a 5/5 demon token. And kind of force him to go overboard with his elves. Yeah, let's do that. That doesn't seem like a bad play. We give him a nice big target. He's got to drop at least another elf to be able to get the Nissa's Chosen through. I mean, okay, I take 4, 5, 6. I take 6. Alright. Yep. Block. No big deal. Boom. Lord of the Void, not bad. Yeah. Let's see if he plays some elves. Then this is chosen. Okay. Play another elf for me. Do it. Do it. +2/+2 for each creature on the battlefield that shares a creature type with it. Okay. Depending on which one he targets. If he uses the Immaculate Magistrate... Oh, he used it on itself. Cool. I'll take 4. And then we will Damnation next turn. I mean, you just slow roll the elf decks. That's how you beat them. Just hope they don't come off too fast. Let's drop the Damnation. Wipe his board. And drop a Festering Goblin. You know, he's playing a very slow elf deck. And we just take advantage of it. Oh, I'm not under any threat turns 1 through 5. I didn't play anything. You know? I played 1 Tendrils. It's just because I felt like I didn't want to take that much damage. And I could have. It's the thing. Bloodgift Demon. Let's get some card draw going. But no, I feel like that's how you want to play this deck. You want to play it. I'm going to control this field until I can drop a demon. So very much like a control deck. You just want to counter spells. And for our sake, countering spells is killing creatures. But you just want to kill things until you can get out your dudes. Let's see what we got. Doesn't look like he has anything. We'll draw a card here. Sounds good to me. There's the land. Shadowborn Demon. Cool. Enters the battlefield. Oh dear. Whenever he deals combat damage, so we get to get creatures off of him. I'll take it. Let's get in there for 6. I don't think there's any way that he can do 10 damage to me. Worst case scenario is he drops his little ball lightning thing. I mean, I'm just going to Tendrils him. So that doesn't matter. But we got him down to 14. Could I have killed him? Actually, probably close. There we go. We'll gain 8. And we'll attack with everybody. Cool, cool, cool. And then we'll go find another opponent to play against. Just real quickly. Choose a creature to put onto the battlefield. That shouldn't have triggered for him. That should have triggered for me. Because it doesn't enter the battlefield under his control. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want, my friend. Doesn't matter. They don't have haste. No, I've got Damnation if I want it. I've got 100 different things if I want it. But you draw a card and lose a life. And we attack with the team. Oh, all right. Well, it's definitely solid against the elf deck. Can definitely beat that. Let's go find a new opponent real fast. There seem to be a lot of people playing, so this shouldn't be a problem for us. Let's go in for this guy. See what, give it one more shot. So this would be a nice little long deck analysis thing with some games after. Might cut it, I don't know. If you don't see this in part 1, then obviously I cut it. uh, Alright. Well, who do we got? Let's go to solids. Ugh. 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 So I also like playing the whole unlocked thing. It makes me feels very much like a sealed pool almost. It's like a very solid sealed pool. And it's just like make your deck and test it. Ugh. So solid's not there. Who else do we got? Let's do the dots. Let's play the dots guy. No? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna play the dots guy. Hopefully it works out for us. 3 mana, a Mortician's Beetle, and 2 Edicts. Definitely seems good to me. We play first. I like it. Let's do it. I'm not going to play the Mortician Beetle yet, because I don't know what he's playing, and I don't want him to kill it right away. So it might be actually like our turn 3 drop. Now that's some white mana. Okay. Now I can play the Mortician Beetle. Because the worst case scenario is it's white-red, and he's going to use Lightning Helix on it. And I'm okay with that. It is the white-red deck, so we got to watch out for Jitties. And then we'll attack for 1. Attack for 1. Yeah. The nice thing is it doesn't play that many creatures, and they're all around Bushido, which, I mean, isn't great for us, but, you know, a lot of other decks can handle it. Oh, and he's stuck on. Ew. Lifeline. When a creature dies, another creature on the battlefield, return the first card battlefield under your control. Nah, I don't know if I like that. Seems a little too iffy for me. But yeah, this is the reason that we play 25 lands. Is because we're at 6. We have 6 mana already, and we have a 6-drop in our hand, and we can control the game up to that point without any problems. Oh no, it's the Sliver deck. Really? Interesting. Yeah, I wish to use that ability, of course. Why wouldn't I? I was really thinking that the white-red start that it was going to be the, Yeah, I'm not even worried now. This is a joke. The Sliver deck's not that good as much as I wish it was. Slivers are significantly, well, underpowered because they're too afraid of them just getting overwhelmed, being overwhelming powerful. Yeah, that's fine. You can shock it. I'm going to play out the Reaper. Then you're going to have to path it, which will thin my deck, get me cards. And he's got a lot more spells than I have, but... At the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, destroy target non-demon creature. Okay. I don't think I need to use that yet. Let's get in for 6. He doesn't seem to have the path to exile, or he would have used it. And it's at the end of each step, end step, the beginning of each end step. So it's not just mine. Sack a dude, probably one of your 1/1s attacking. Okay, cool. I'll take 2. And then I'll kill your dude. And now I don't think you can come out of this at all. And that's the problem. You run with a or that you have with an aggro deck. You know, sometimes, especially with 3-color aggro decks, you don't see all 3 colors all the time. Um, I've lost several games with my aggro decks like that, and yeah. Shock himself. I mean, that's the problem you run with an aggro deck, though, is you don't want a lot of lands. You want to hit 4, and that's it. There you go. You can draw a card. Watch it be like a Path to Exile. That would have been terrible if that was my only creature out. Now, that'll be it for us, though. I think that's 3 games in a row. We've won all 3 of them relatively easily. The deck seems to be very good. Let me know what you guys think of it. Anything that you would have changed or whatnot. And I'll see you guys later.